scattered pattern. On the afternoon of January 29, 2023, at around 4:39 p.m., a resident walking home in Compton, Los Angeles, recorded a strange sight in the sky. What began as a few glowing lights beneath a web of power lines quickly turned into something far more intriguing.
No, that's the water. Oh.
The objects, described as bright orbs, appeared to rotate slowly around one another, glowing against the cloudy backdrop. As the witness continued to film, more lights began emerging through the clouds, forming what looked like a scattered pattern across the sky. Their movement seemed deliberate yet smooth, nothing like the predictable path of an airplane. Moments later, a commercial plane passed through the frame, offering a clear comparison. The difference in behavior was striking. The plane moved steadily and predictably, while the orbs drifted independently, fading in and out of visibility. There was no sound, no flashes, and no sign of weather phenomena that could explain the glowing forms. The witness noted seeing lights in the sky before, but never anything quite like this. So many objects appearing at once, hovering in silence. So, what exactly was filmed over Compton that evening? Drones, atmospheric reflections, or could it have been something far less ordinary above Los Angeles skies? Hovering tree. In a quiet village, a stationary object was seen hovering just above the tree line. At first glance, it resembled the shape of a coniferous tree, blending almost naturally with the landscape. Yet its stillness and position in the air suggested otherwise. The witness, unsure of its distance, began documenting the event, noting that the object did not move, flicker, or emit light during the observation.
See that tree? It's very clearly levitating. Is it actually a tree? Or is it aliens?
A basic Geiger counter reading was taken at the site, measuring a normal background radiation level of 0.15 microsieverts per hour. While this finding confirmed that no unusual radiation was present at ground level, the result doesn't necessarily reveal much. Gamma radiation decreases rapidly with distance, and without knowing how far away the object was, its actual conditions remain uncertain. No sound was reported, no aircraft were seen nearby, and no local weather anomalies were observed at the time. The object remained completely silent and steady until it could no longer be distinguished in the fading light. Was it simply a trick of perspective, an oddly shaped treetop against the dim sky, or something truly suspended above the village? With no additional footage or witnesses, this still image remains one of those quiet, unsettling mysteries that resists easy explanation. 3 horizontal lights. At around 6:00 a.m. this morning in the Tampa Bay area, a witness reported seeing a strange object moving horizontally across the sky. The object appeared to have 3 distinct parts, including a bright green light that repeatedly moved upward from the center before descending again. The sighting was made outdoors under clear conditions, ruling out reflections or camera-related effects. The movement was unusual, steady, and level, resembling the flight path of an aircraft, yet it lacked any typical features like blinking lights or sound. The behavior of the green light, separating and rejoining the main body, added to the mystery. The witness questioned whether it could have been space debris, but debris typically travels in an arcing or downward trajectory, not a controlled horizontal path. If it were a satellite, the division into 3 visible components and the vertical motion of one part would be highly irregular. At the time of the sighting, no confirmed reports of local space launches or visible satellite events were available. So what was flying over Tampa Bay that morning? A coordinated drone display, classified test, or something more unusual? Until official data emerges, this multi-part, green-lit object remains unexplained. A meteorological experiment. At around 4:30 p.m. in Rotterdam, a local resident and his girlfriend spotted something puzzling high in the sky. The object appeared dark against the overcast background, moving slowly and steadily. When zoomed in, a faint white light could be seen on its surface, flashing softly but without any clear pattern. The witnesses ruled out the possibility of it being a balloon, noting its apparent control and stability in the air. It didn't sway or drift like something caught in the wind, nor did it resemble a drone, as no typical rotor noise or blinking lights were visible. The sighting lasted long enough for them to record video footage, later shared online in hopes that someone else in Rotterdam might have seen the same thing. As with many daylight sightings, distance and scale are difficult to judge, leaving open multiple possibilities. From a weather balloon or high-altitude drone to something less conventional. Still, the presence of the white light and the object's unusual steadiness make it hard to dismiss completely. Was it a man-made device, a meteorological experiment, or something unexplained drifting over the city that evening? The footage adds yet another mysterious entry to Rotterdam's quiet autumn sky. It's too bright. On November 7, 2025, around 4 p.m., a resident just outside Preston in Lancashire, England, noticed an unusual object high in the afternoon sky. The weather was clear and blue, making the sighting stand out even more. At first glance, the object appeared as a small bright point of light, too bright and steady to be a passing plane or typical bird. Intrigued, the witness zoomed in with their camera. Through the lens, the object looked almost like a star, glinting sharply against the daylight sky. Unlike a stationary star, however, this light moved steadily across the frame, showing no blinking lights or distinct features that would suggest a commercial aircraft or familiar drone. No sound was reported, and there were no nearby contrails or flight activity to explain the sighting. The witness shared their observation online, hoping that others might have seen the same thing or could offer an explanation. Was it a distant weather balloon catching the sunlight, a satellite reflecting overhead, or something much more unusual drifting above Lancashire that afternoon? The object's steady motion and star-like appearance in daylight remain unexplained, leaving the question open to anyone who might have an answer. Solar farm? Just before I move to the next point, if you love mysterious and creepy sightings and real unexplained mysteries, check out Mysterious Encounters. It's packed with chilling videos you won't forget. The link has been given below in the description. Check it out. On February 28, 2019, at around 3:35 p.m., passengers aboard a flight just past Yuma, Arizona, witnessed something unusual outside their window. In the vast remote desert below, an area known for its isolation and lack of infrastructure, 3 extremely bright orbs were spotted hovering low to the ground. Despite the afternoon sun and perfectly clear skies, the lights stood out sharply, clustered close together and remaining completely static for the duration of the sighting. Observers noted several peculiar details. The lights were not on the ground, but seemed to float just above it, without any sign of support, movement, or connecting structures. There were no nearby roads, runways, or visible installations that might account for the appearance of such intense focused lights. The region beneath the plane is characterized by empty desert, making the presence of stationary, luminous orbs all the more perplexing. No sound or additional movement was observed, and no explanation has been offered by local authorities or air traffic controllers. Were these the result of a rare atmospheric effect, a secret test, or something entirely unknown? For now, the 3 glowing orbs near Yuma remain an unsolved puzzle in the clear desert sky. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel to watch new videos.